Check
Chickadee,
two.
check. Check yourself. Before you wreck
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Oh, are
cool
are
shirt.
we?
We got that.
Okay.
Shirt.
So we are checked and cleared for
For
takeoff.
A shirt like I was gonna wear a
Episode
t-shirt.
2.
You need something with ventilation.
Oh yeah. Plus, you know, if I unbutton it a little bit, you know, I might get a little bit more props. People might buy me drinks.
Oh my gosh, we have another great shirt. We have another. So
Yes.
we have Chris from the Swillers.
Hola.
Excuse me. He's got a great Hawaiian shirt on because we've been talking about everyone's fashion
Oh,
when they
okay.
come and talk to us. So we love your shirt.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, we're trying to change the category.
Aaron's shirt's really nice too. I like that shirt.
I know we did mention his is very like retro.
I got
it
a
is.
Christmas shirt that's like a bowling shirt too.
That's cool.
I didn't
super
get it till
cool.
like after I was gonna wear it for Christmas. Me and Steph are gonna do like pictures with the cat, like cheesy pictures, and it didn't come till like 2 days after or like the day before I left. So, oh well. It's always next year for this year.
I know. I love the bowling shirts.
Oh yeah. You guys getting a lot of people telling stories?
Yeah, we've had a few so far.
Any horrible stories?
No.
Like, pretty good.
Usually it's been like they've been explaining to our listeners the different terms, which
Okay.
is very helpful.
How they
'cause-
identify.
Yes.
Nice, nice. I wasn't sure if somebody was gonna have like some horrible, like my parents are horrible.
No, we haven't had that.
We haven't had that yet.
Well, that's good. Hopefully, parents are understanding. You know, not dipshits or something.
You would think that they would be by
Yeah,
now.
no, and
you
it
know,
sucks, like-
more-
Like with me, if like me and my kids or grandkids ever like came out, it's like, okay, like just protect yourself and have fun. You know, like I'm gonna love you no matter what. You know, so do what you want to do. You may become a really great home decorator, and you
Right.
can help us do our home.
Right.
Because neither one of us are good at that.
So true.
Not being stereotypical or anything.
No, but yeah. A lot of my friends in that community are far better decorator than I am. So I know what you're
I
talking
suck
about.
at it. I'm like black, white.
Gray.
There you go.
Great.
Gray. Yeah. It's getting shirts last night when we had that Blackbridge had those bands play, and I was gonna buy a yellow shirt. And Holly's like, "Why yellow? All you wear is black." And I'm like, "I don't know. I just figured change something up. It was a cool shirt, you know."
Right? Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to figure out what colors go really well with others.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of men are colorblind, so it typically happens more to men than it does women. The
Okay.
colorblind thing. So maybe, yeah, they don't.
I don't know.
They don't really see color.
For one of the '90s shows that we played, I wore it was like a light blue, like long sleeve. It had like Snoopy on it. It looked like something from the '90s, like kind of faded looking. And Julia was like, "You look good in blue," and I'm like, "What?"
Were you like, am I wearing blue?
No, yeah, I knew I was wearing blue.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, I
know,
knew I was
'cause
wearing. I'm not
maybe you're
colorblind.
colorblind.
No, I'm
Okay.
like I'm not
Okay, you're
colorblind,
not.
but I was just like, all right, I didn't know if women saw that. Like, oh, he looks good in blue, or hey, they look good in a yellow shirt. You know?
You look good in your Hawaiian shirt. I mean, your shirt makes me want to go to Hawaii right now.
I would never get
I
on a
will
plane,
try.
but hey, you know.
Oh yeah, that's right. You are our guest who's afraid of airplanes.
Well, Paul got me on an airplane, and it was awesome, but I don't know about big planes.
Oh, okay.
What is the phobia of airplanes? What's it called?
I don't know. I think it's just like waiting in line and all the like
That
adrenaline.
part does suck.
And then it's like, you know, like when I went up with Paul, I was like outside the hangar, like dry heaving and stuff, because it was just like, oh god. But when I went up in the air, I was like, oh, this is awesome.
Maybe
But-
you overcame your fear of flying.
Maybe your fear of the tarmac, not fear of flying.
Well, I don't know. Just waiting in line was freaking me out because I didn't want to be like dry heaving in line. You know, like oh god. Oh.
Yeah, the TSA part really sucks.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Why are you so nervous? Why are you brown? Pat him down. Cavity search. Knuckles deep." You know, like
Knuckles.
I landed on a no-fly list once.
Oh God.
Just because there was another me out there with the same name and the same birthday. And so I lined it up on the no-fly list. I got it resolved the same day, but it was kind of a pain in the ass.
The thing that sucks about like big planes, it's the airports. All those people packing them into a plane like sardines. Everyone's pumping. Everyone's frustrated. Like
the thing that I think sucks the most, yes, is the other passengers. Typically the flight crews are pretty good, except for I did have one awful experience where recently too, when I went to Boston. That flight crew, not cool. But, I mean, I should say the rest of them on that same airline were fabulous.
Well, I mean, if Paul had like a nice like jet, like a little private jet, was like, hey, I want to fly to Texas in my private jet, I'd be like, yeah, you know, it's just us, yeah, let's go, you know. But
No,
something about like,
take me to the Caribbean someplace.
yeah.
Even
Well, I don't
more.
know if he was like, hey, how about Albuquerque? Want to fly to Albuquerque?
Yes,
Yeah, why not?
No,
New Mexico's rad.
we're going to have Paul on later. We have to ask him why he hasn't actually invited us here.
I know. Why don't we get to? Can you fly me to the Caribbean?
Hey, I saw you had pictures though in the Paul's plane.
Oh,
Very
I did.
nice pictures.
You're
Like-
right. You're right.
It's like, all right, just hold back a bit.
My favorite thing about those pictures too. My favorite picture is the one where I'm sitting in the plane, and then you can see. Do you see how his sticker on the side that said it says something about chemtrails,
Chemtrail
and I
storage.
cannot. Yeah, chemtrail storage. I'm like, that is so brilliant
Oh,
that
yeah.
that got included in my picture. I'm like, I love that.
Oh yeah, I remember. I think I was telling Paul, I'm like, man, your seatbelt's got some action, man. That's awesome. And I'm like,
That was a super fun shoot to do.
but Jason do that one?
Yes,
Weirdo?
Jason and his wife, Joanne. Both of them great to work with.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if anybody's thinking about getting boudoir pictures, Imagine Photography.
I should do boudoir. Just
Boudoir.
in Hawaiian shirts, lounging around, drink,
You should.
cigar and stuff.
You should have your wife's.
Why don't they have male boudoir?
You could.
Like
but your
normal
wife's
male
a pretty
boudoir.
lady. Why isn't she doing the
That should be a
boudoir?
new thing, male
Hey,
boudoir.
I've talked to Jason. He's accepting of, you know.
I mean, I don't have to wear lingerie. It's like I can just wear shorts, lounging up, maybe playing the acoustic, you know, but
How
looking
about
sexy.
some short
bearskin
booty
rug or
shorts?
something
Yeah,
like
bearskin rug,
Some short
shirt
booty
open,
shorts.
and like my underwear, just
Maybe
slippers,
like one of those
little bear
fishnet
slippers.
tops.
Yeah, bear slippers or something.
Yes. I wish that the
We need to
men
work
would
on
do
this.
the boudoir.
Male boudoir.
Yeah, it's
Whoever's
not
listening right now,
only-
start it. It's gonna make
It
millions.
is not only for women.
Yeah.
We cannot discriminate.
Male boudoir.
That is what today is about. Not discriminating anyways. So
Yeah.
we should allow the males to do boudoir.
Yeah.
well, maybe he can make this look good.
They can. They're amazing. And they have stuff to like, you know, if you need like the
Airbrush
magic
it out.
marker to,
Well,
yeah.
no, I wouldn't want it to be airbrushed out. Like, find a way to make it look sexy, I guess, because isn't that
They can do that too.
part of the
they're,
boudoir is like not just sexy, but like help you break out of your shell,
Oh,
right?
there's actually one of my pictures where I was like, look, this one, I'm supposed to be laughing and acting silly in this one, and I was channeling Will Ferrell during it. So it's like, I'm like, don't do anything to my stomach. I want it to look like that because I was a little hunched over. So I'm like, don't get rid of that. But there was like, but a different picture, I was like, can you use the magic marker on that one?
Get
Because
rid
it
of that.
wasn't a silly one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can, yeah, there was many ways that you could do it.
I'd be like, get rid of the bags underneath my eyes. I hate
Yeah,
those.
right? Right? Those are the things I'm hardcore.
Get rid of the bags underneath the eyes. I was gonna say, where's Overkill Phil? I was like, if Overkill Phil's here, I'll be like, hey, Phil, why isn't there male boudoir? Started. He's gonna make millions.
Who's Overkill Phil?
Phil from Overkill Pictures. He
Phil
does the
Durrett?
photography. Yeah.
Yeah,
does
big dude.
Yeah, big Phil. Phil's photography stuff. He did our band photos for the Ghost of Murder. So they came out really cool.
Oh, sweet.
But he's a photographer. I figured, hey, why isn't there male boudoir?
Right. What did he tell you?
No,
Or you haven't asked
he was
him
here,
yet?
so I was just looking around to see if he was still here.
Oh,
No,
dude,
it's-
yeah.
it's
Okay,
awkward
so
to
if you
see
see him later, tell him to come back on, and we will continue the male
Male
boudoir
boudoir.
discussion. This is an important thing.
This is an important thing.
We need to start this.
Everybody should feel comfortable. That's why Pride Fest is. You know, everybody to feel comfortable and
Surprised I
enjoy who
haven't
they
seen
are.
Jason.
Oh yeah, feel comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah.
And yes, if we do see Jason, we need to ask
Snag it. If I see him when I'm
too
roaming
about
around, I'll snag
male
it.
boudoir.
All right, I gotta go because we got another act coming up. But
Okay.
I'll come back and talk to you guys later on. You guys
Okay,
enjoy.
yay.
Happy Pride 22.
And we can't wait to see you too.
Swiller's closing the show.
Woo!
Nice.
All right. All right, got somebody else coming to sit in. How you doing?
Hello.
It's
How are you today?
our good friend Leah.
Leah, the best bartender in Kingdom.
Ooh, thank you for that. Yeah, that's what I was doing here today, bartending. Did my 3.5 hour shift in my 7-inch heels. And I figured it's time to rest my feet for a little bit.
And we have been talking about everyone's fashion that comes on and talks to us. And you look fabulous today. I love your
Thank you.
super duper mini skirt.
Pride nails.
Love those too.
Yeah, I always wear short and tight skirts because I like to show off my legs.
Those legs are fabulous. Especially the calves. Those are, I'm like so impressed with your calf muscle. I'm like,
Thank you.
God, they look amazing in heels.
So yeah, that's kind of what determines my wardrobe choices. But I have a lot of different colors.
How are the legs feeling though after standing up there for 3.5 hours?
My legs are pretty strong. It's like the bottoms of my feet, my feet are sore, but my legs hold up pretty good. My calves can take a lot of abuse.
Do you have any tips for us on how to strengthen? What exercises are good for that?
I do most of the elliptical.
Oh, okay.
I've been doing that for about really intensely for about 5 years. What I do is I set it for a half hour. I do the hill interval workout at a pretty, the setting is almost the highest, so there's a lot of resistance. And then I just do a really intense half hour. Usually burn, at the end of that, I usually burn between 700 and 750 calories.
Oh, wow.
So you get the cardio, I'm winded, I'm drenched with sweat, burned a lot of calories, but you feel it in your calves, and your glutes.
Yeah.
Your legs just get the best workout from it.
I need to quit being so lazy then, because I do have an elliptical. I need to get my ass on it.
Yeah, I've tried other things, and I just found that to be, for what I'm doing and the way it shapes your legs, the best exercise.
Cool.
I try
I
to
love
do
your
it.
hat too.
Yeah, I had to find a hat like this to wear.
So Leah, for our audience, Leah's wearing a rainbow captain hat, and it is so cute.
Yes. I was going to wear rainbow tights, but when I saw how hot it was going to be, I thought,
Oh yeah, omit the tights.
I'll leave that for another time.
Right? When it's
Because I already had the rainbow hat. My earrings are kind of rainbow.
oh wow, those are pretty.
Yeah,
I like all your rings too. Are those all turquoise?
most of them. Yeah,
Oh,
most of
those are amazing. Do you get all your stuff basically downtown? Like at the different stores?
The bling?
Yeah, your bling.
Some, but a lot of it whenever I travel. Like if we were in Bisbee last weekend, and I got this
Oh
ring.
my god,
Which
Disney is my favorite.
Yeah, and this is turquoise and copper.
That is beautiful.
And
That makes sense because they have the old copper mine there.
And you know what? Like I would say a quarter of my jewelry is given to me.
Oh,
Like
okay.
at the brewery, somebody that is into jewelry will be wearing something, and they'll take it off and ask me if I like that. And when I say yes, they'll give it to me.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
in fact, this was given to me last night at the brewery.
Well, damn it, I'm gonna have to bring you a present next time I go down there
So,
because I've got stuff I know you would like.
so I get lucky like that too.
Cool.
So how long have you been here since it started? At 11?
Yeah, we got here about 10:30, set up. We didn't start actually recording until about 12:15. And we've been off and on all day.
Yeah, we took a break to walk around. To come see you at the beer garden.
Yeah, I
Of
saw
course.
that.
Yeah.
That was right at the end of my shift, and my feet were about ready to say enough.
I know. Those shoes are cool too, by the way.
Oh yeah, they have Reebok. What am I not even thinking? Of course.
Those are awesome.
The platforms were these were the only shoes I'd have a chance of working for 3 or 4 hours like that. The stiletto ones, there's no way.
You'd stick in the ground.
Well, and
Stilettos.
it's just they're on ground. This surface, they're not good,
Right.
and they hurt your feet even more than platforms.
Oh yeah, platforms are comfortable.
They're more comfortable.
Yeah, I have a couple pairs. Sometimes, they'll make me like probably like 6'3", but they're super comfortable.
Yeah, they make me really tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing like hand motions here.
Okay.
I was trying to get somebody's attention.
Oh, okay.
Don't mind me. I'm multitasking. I'm trying to be a dad out here too.
So, are you participating in any of the shows later?
I'm just bartending,
Okay.
but I might get to do perform, sing a few songs next weekend in Flagstaff at their Pride.
Okay, because I know you.
Because I have some friends out there that are in a band, and I'm actually going to go out there tomorrow, meet up with them, and we're going to practice.
And you, if I'm not mistaken, are you in a Rage Against the Machine cover band?
Yes.
Yeah, Evil Empire.
Yes.
Okay.
And I sing for them.
Oh, okay. So you're basically like the Zach De La Roca part
De La Roca.
of the band. Okay, awesome. Huge fan.
And I do that as Lee, of course. I don't do that as Lee. But the
Oh,
band,
okay.
the band Royal Bitch, I do as Lee.
Oh, okay.
And one of my guitarists is here somewhere, and he has the Royal Bitch T-shirt.
Oh.
And the logo is like, it's a picture of me. So hopefully he'll come by so you can see it. But we're gonna be, I'm sure by Pride next year we'll be able to do a set, a Royal Bitch set,
Oh, that'd be
with our
awesome.
original songs.
That would be
Because
awesome.
when we did Royal Bitch 3 years ago, we did the first Pride, but we were all covers then, and it was different people in the band.
Well, if
So I had to
you,
kind of start from scratch.
I can't wait to see what you
I
wear
remember,
then.
Yeah, I remember seeing you the last time.
Yeah, the Pride in 2019 we played a little set. So, and then COVID hit, of course, so we weren't doing anything for a long time, but we have good momentum now with me and Anthony, and looks like we have a bass player, so we need a drummer, and we've got a couple possibilities, and we have a lot of cool songs.
Cool.
Cool.
So now I just have to keep working on my voice. Because the Leah singing will be totally different than the Zach De La Roca singing.
Oh, okay.
Does that hurt your voice doing that? Going from the different.
Hopefully, I mean, since I try to study vocals, and I'm hopefully doing things the right way where I'm preserving my voice and using proper technique. And I've never had any issues, and that's after doing an hour-plus Rage set with a lot of screaming, a lot of high intensity. And the next day, my voice was fine. So that tells me I'm pretty sure I'm doing it right. There's things you can do to save your voice, to use techniques where you're not hurting your vocal cords. And I had to learn all that on my own. It's like, you're a singer now. Do all this stuff. Figure it out. And you can. It's just time. Hour upon hour upon hour upon hour.
I wish I could sing.
Anybody can, really.
But does everybody want to hear it? Like, with
If you-
me,
If you
People will
really
come.
wanted to and were willing to put the time in, you could get to the point where you'd have at least an average singer.
oh, okay.
And it might be for a different kind of music than, like, say, what I'm good at. But you would find your niche. You'd find stuff. You you can carry a tune and be average.
Yeah, I do karaoke. Mostly it is to embarrass my family when I go out with them. They like to watch me do it, and they get a good laugh out of me.
I mean, there's a lot that goes in it, but at its fundamental level, singing is about breath control.
Yeah.
That's really what it is.
That, you know what, that makes sense, because I don't think I'm a very good breather.
Yeah, it has to come up from your diaphragm, really deep. Not just, you're not really going like that. It's more like
From like your whole body?
You tighten your whole core. Yeah, you tighten your whole core.
Okay. Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, that makes sense, though.
I need to study that more.
I know. We could become singers.
You could.
Podcasting doesn't.
I tell people that all the time. If I could do it, and most people could do it. It was definitely not some natural born singer.
Right.
I had some advantages, maybe because of being a lawyer for so long and using a speaking voice, projecting my voice. That may have helped a little, but still, I was pretty much starting from scratch.
Oh, yeah. Like being a lawyer, you'd be so used to, you basically do have to perform in the courtroom. Like you have to present
Yeah, and if
the case.
the jury can't hear you, then you could be saying something that's really persuasive, but if they don't know what you're saying, it doesn't matter. So you really have to be cognizant of projecting your voice so that everybody in there can hear it.
Well, see, Snow, you can be a good lawyer because your voice projects really well.
And I'm argumentative?
As opposed to me, because I'm so soft-spoken.
I know, right? No, law was one of those careers where I'm like, I think it would be very interesting to be a lawyer. Quite honestly, I mean,
doing arguments, you're thinking on your feet a lot, and that's fun for me because you might have something prepared where you could give a monologue, but if you're arguing against another lawyer, then you can't predict everything they're going to say, and so you have to be ready to come up with an argument that you had not anticipated making.
well, and I like
And that's where
acting.
being calm, because if you're calm and you can think more clearly as opposed to having too much anxiety, now you're going to forget.
And there's got to be a little bit of an element to like acting when it comes to being a lawyer, because you're presenting.
You can bring that to it.
Right, yeah. I mean, to be convincing.
Some people, if you try to be too dramatic, you might come across as like a ham. So
Right.
be really persuasive first with good speaking voice, and then gradually, then you start adding a little drama, a little dramatic flair to it.
Right.
To enhance it.
Exactly.
But yeah, it looks like hopefully a week from today, I'll be in Flagstaff and get to sing a few songs with my friends. And that Pride, I understand, is pretty big. Like there'll be
Oh, okay.
like a couple thousand people.
That makes sense too in Flagstaff that they would have a bigger one.
I don't know if you guys are interviewing right now.
Yeah, no, we're done. What's up, man?
Oh, sorry.
You can also take a seat.
Oh, which is right. I thought you guys were interviewing. I was not trying to be a douche about it, you know.
No.
I was gonna grab a car. I have a recording studio across the street, so I was gonna see what you guys got going
okay.
on.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, introduce yourself. For
Yeah.
Oh, we're live right now, really. huh?
Yeah, we're on right now.
How we doing? My name is Danny Gonzalez. I am the owner of First 212 and the CEO of Going Overdose Entertainment, which is your first hip hop group in the tri-state area with actually being on the radio.
All right.
Yeah. And this right here is a great opportunity to be here. You know, my daughter's actually gay, and growing up, the stigma for myself, this is, cool to kind of talk about this kind of stuff. I was really, I don't know how you say it. I wasn't open to it in a sense, right? So it was kind of like when I got older, I was really ashamed of not being open to it. I worked on a bunch of TV shows. The majority of my bosses were gentlemen that dressed like women in a sense, or had a female trait, and I didn't understand how to take that,
that approach to it, and I was really insecure about that kind of stuff being around me. Being the age that I am now, it's the norm, and I'm really embarrassed of the young self of me for that, you know.
How old are you?
I'm 36 now, but you know, at the time I was, you know, at 36, most of my friends that I deal with are 60-something years old, 50-something. So at 20-something, I was hanging around 40-year-old guys and doing stuff that kids weren't doing, you know. I graduated school early. I tried to travel the world. I didn't go to college till later. I worked for TV shows and all that kind of stuff. So I was exposed to a lot of this. But I was exposed at an early age because my mom was a hairstylist for the industry. So, so you know, like being around that, and my dad being this old school kind of guy back in the day. I'm not sure if you guys had these kind of parents, but it was like a stigma for his son to be in a hair salon every day. So I would always hear him say like, "Oh, my son's gonna be gay. He's gonna be turned into a girl, and blah blah blah." This and the third, and I guess it probably gave me a stigma, even though not liking him, to be like, "Okay, well, I'm never gonna be gay," and all this stuff, and to where it was almost, I hate to use the damn word, but as a homophobe in a sense, you know, it's really embarrassing to use this now for myself, you know. Granted, because my daughter is gay, you know, she has a girlfriend, she's actually working over there right now, and you know, so it's kind of like, you know, 360'd on me. So to mature out of that, to prepare myself to when my daughter told me she was gay, I'm just thankful that I was been around enough to be around it to accept it in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because the younger me would have shunned it and been very, very aggressive.
You say the younger me, and you're only 36.
No, but yeah, but
That's
yeah,
why I'm-
yeah,
that's
yeah,
like
no,
getting-
yeah. Thank you. I get it.
I just want to say though, it takes a real man to just admit everything. that
It was wrong and it was embarrassing.
That's awesome.
You know, and
And I know him from the brewery.
Yeah, this is my
You would-
boy.
You would never know that, like, he had the background you just described, because he's so open-minded and friendly. I love
Very much
having
so.
him over there.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just a joy to be around. So
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah,
you know?
and this is helping me, having you as my friend, having, I don't want to use any other names, but another employee that's there, being gay, and you know, just messing around and stuff was never in my forte. I grew up in my stepdad was a Jamaican guy, right? So, in Jamaican heritage, this is not okay at all.
Right.
Okay, so not at all. So, and it was really strict, and I grew up really strict in that. So having that on top of my dad saying something and not really liking him, but making that thought of, I'm gonna prove you wrong, I'm not gay, and blah blah blah, this and third, it made things worse. My first child, his aunt is gay, you know, and I just had this vendetta over this woman, but she never liked me because I was a dirt poor kid. They were these rich people, you know, like really, they were the Huxtable family. Like if you ever seen the Huxtables, that was like my son's family, like to the T. And that kind of irked me a little bit from coming from nothing and having this lady always antagonize me, and it made me feel a certain way. So I had a lot of shit that kind of went against me on this. So growing up and just growing up, you know what I mean? That's all it was, growing up and actually traveling and doing some shit to where you don't care about it no more. And it is what it is. Everybody's gonna be who they are. They're gonna think what they're gonna think. Me being a rapper and owning a rap company, that is one of the big. Me being here could tarnish my whole company's name in a sense at the end of the day. But the person that I am now and the stuff that I've done gives me good credibility in the streets to where if they were to dare say something, they've never amounted to enough illegal stuff or gangster stuff I've ever done. So I'm breaking the stigma of that as well.
Can you do like a tiny bit of
You had to know that was coming.
I know.
Yeah, you had to know.
Yeah. I mean, that we'll do that another time. We're having fun today. We'll do it. I
Okay.
definitely will come
Come on,
out to you guys.
I saw the singing.
Yeah. Oh, did you give him the Leah singing guys? Oh man, see if you guys did that. That's good. That's good. That's really good.
I had to ask.
No,
I
you're
had to
which is
ask,
right.
you
And
know?
I'm usually for it. You know. But
Check out our Reality Redemption on Facebook.
oh,
and
I'm definitely gonna
Instagram.
follow you guys.
And follow us and give me your contact info.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you again. We'll
Yeah,
have you
definitely.
on.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm not trying to steal his show right now. I just want to come say hi to you guys,
Oh,
grab
no,
a car, and all
no,
that kind of
we
stuff.
were pretty
No.
much done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I quickly run out of things to say.
I can see her all. I can see her all day. You know.
We don't have cards either. Like
Okay. No, that's fair. That's
we're
fair
so
enough.
like unorganized.
No, it's good. This
We
is really
admit
cool.
it.
I mean, this is how this
We
all
admit
starts
it
off.
openly.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you grab a marker there?
Yeah. I'll definitely give you some info.
Yeah,
and
give me some
everything.
info there.
That's not an issue at all, man. I really appreciate you guys.
Cool.
You know, it takes a lot for everybody to do this kind of stuff.
Right, yeah. We really appreciate you telling your story.
Oh yeah, no, you know, and that's what it's all about.
Acceptance
Yeah.
is what it's all
Yeah,
about.
and be honest with you, I was like I said, I was telling my wife, I was like, I'm really embarrassed about the old me because that, that's not me now. Like he says, he never knew that because I never explained that to him.
No,
and
I just knew him as this
No, it takes
wonderful,
a big person
open-minded
to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah,
You're
I-
a big person.
And like
for
one day,
doing that.
like I know this man personally, and one day he was like, "You want to see my calendar, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll see your calendar." And he said the calendar, but I was expecting the calendar, and I was
Right?
like, "Holy shit!" Like not in a bad way. I was like, "Okay, motherfucker, you're
the
you're
Leah calendar?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
showing everybody in the damn bar, like I'm
Like,
showing
look
him
at
off.
this,
Yeah, like
this
this is cool. Like
Yeah.
And see, that's how I knew him. Like
Yeah.
he's just so open-minded.
Right.
So I never knew that backstory either. So
Yeah.
thank
Yeah,
you,
no,
thank you for
people
telling
can
me.
no, yeah, it's good. And I live down here,
I
and I,
appreciate you even more hearing that.
thank you, and it means a lot. It means a lot coming from you guys, not just you guys saying that, but like from the people here, because it took a lot. It took a lot, and it was
Well,
it was probably a
you're
battle
a better
within.
man for it.
Very much so.
You have all these new friends.
Very much so. Yeah.
What would be embarrassing is if it didn't happen. You should not any longer feel embarrassed because
I feel embarrassed through the fact that my friends are who they are. My daughter is who she is. And for her to think that her dad was kind of a hatred person or closed-minded is embarrassing. Because then me now, that's a hypocrite in a sense. You get what I'm saying? So
It
what
is,
I teach them now is like laws of attraction. How is that possible when I was, from a gang and doing all this, and like how do you contradict that in a sense and make it say like this is right?
Right, but we all need to leave the doors open for people to change, though, and because not everybody can get there on the same time schedule.
Yeah,
Like,
very much so.
It takes people longer than others, as long as they're getting there. Is what.
So I'll tell you guys another crazy story. So I was working on BT Hip Hop Awards. I'm a production assistant, and this is about 2008, and get flown out there, everything paid for, right? I'm in Atlanta. Never knew what Atlanta was about. Never knew it.
Atlanta.
Atlanta. If you guys know anything, Atlanta has one of the biggest gay communities, bigger than San Francisco. I don't care what nobody says. If you've never been there and you've never really been there, they even have their own park. I actually went to that park. This is old Danny that went to the park, and not knowing that it was there. My boss, being a womanizer at the time, being a young boy around all these famous women, you hear this click, 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 click. You hear these high heels walking down the street. I'm like, oh, your boss is coming. I'm like, oh, man, high heels sound like some stilettos. Like, so I look down the hallway. It's a short black guy, bald head, and he's got regular guy clothes on, but on his feet he's got 6-inch stilettos. And I was like, that was my opener eye to like, oh, okay. And then the girls were like, hey, if you're not a lady or if you're not gay, you're probably not going to run the industry of music or television. And everybody that I have worked for has either been a gay person or a woman that I've ever worked for in the music industry or the TV industry. And it wasn't like, it's just because they've spent more time in the industry and they know these things. They know the ropes and they don't play no shit. These are fucking guys that eat anybody up. They're not no yes mans. So learning that, being a straight man, really hard to be in this field, right? They give me a ride to my hotel room. They pull over a block before my hotel room. It's 4 women, older women. They're, I'm 22. They're about in my age, 36 to 50, right? They pull the car over and they say, "Hey, Danny, are you gay?" And I was like, "No, I'm not." Okay, and they drive me back. They continue on the road. I never got that. To this day, like, I never got it. But I used to have my nose pierced. I used to wear V-necks. So I kind of possibly fit the criteria. My vernacular is a little bit different. I'm from the streets, but I talk like, which I hate using. When they use a race, how you talk white or you talk black. Like, it's really your region where you're at. You don't really talk, a race don't have a way they speak. It's by the region. So I talk white in a sense, you know what I mean? But I come from the dirt. So I think that was one of the reasons. And I still don't get it. I don't know why they ask me that. It still kind of bothers me. And I don't understand. But in the industry that I was in, I guess that's a norm to ask that, I guess, right? I mean, I've been to some houses, famous people, and they play you guys like the straight males. I'm gonna tell you, it's like 80% of those men aren't. So I'm thinking that's why.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So everybody wants to be this tough gangster guy, or everybody wants to do this, but they're really not.
Oh, okay.
It's really not at all. I've been to some parties. I can say names, and you guys be like, "I know that person." Yeah, you know that person, and definitely not. You know?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I think that's where that came from. And I just didn't understand why you would ask a young kid that in a car. I think that was very unprofessional, but maybe they were looking out for me and not exposing me to something else. You know. So it's, I don't know. That was weird. That was like my only thing that I probably have somebody to ask else. Maybe I need to ask somebody in the industry instead of somebody that's just, a gay or trans or whatever the case may be. But that was one thing I never got. I never got as to why you would ask me that question.
Right.
I don't know.
Because you were kind of probably looking at it like, well, what does it matter?
Yeah, very much so.
Right.
Why does it matter? And I've never carried myself away, but I know a lot of gay people that don't carry themselves as a flamboyant. And I use the word flamboyant. My wife and I argued about that, actually, the word flamboyant. She's like, that's gay. I was like, no, flamboyant is like me. Like, I know how to dress. I spend thousands of dollars on whatever t-shirt. I'll spend $200 on a shirt or $500 on some shoes. That's flamboyant to me, Like, I wear a $400, $500 watch in Kingman, Like, that's flamboyant to me. And then most of you guys would think flamboyant is just being homosexual, whatever the case may be, though.
Right.
So maybe that was it. I don't know. I never got that. So until I get the right answer from somebody.
It's probably the term, like, as in you're saying it, but then it got reversed to what?
Okay. What's
like
taken over of it?
Yes.
Okay, that's
like
right.
a word that
Because
got taken over.
I learned these vernacular speeches from hip-hop artists. I'm a real hip-hop MC. I'm a master of ceremonies. So one of my favorite rappers, his name was Big L. He passed away. He was a flamboyant rapper.
Oh, okay.
So this is before Jay-Z. This is who Jay-Z replaced when he got murdered. So he would have been in Jay-Z's position.
Okay.
He was called a flamboyant rapper. He had gold glasses on, nice clothes, things like that. Not a gay guy. Not saying, it matters if you are or not, but
Right.
he's what I learned the word flamboyant from. So when
Okay.
you guys tell me that this drug dealer is saying flamboyant and now everybody else is using it a different way and characterizing me in a different way, that was kind of weird to me, So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, it's little words now. Like, I grew up skateboarding. I'm a minority. Skateboarding in the ghetto is made fun of at that time.
Exactly.
Beat
Yeah.
up. Luckily, my cousins were the gang members, so I didn't get beat up. But look, ask my cousins now. They're wearing Vans now. They're wearing skate shirts now. But weren't you guys?
very cool.
No, not cool. You guys picked on me and called me white boy my whole life.
No, but maybe you got them to like.
I didn't.
learn-
I didn't. I didn't. I'm ahead of my time. Is what I'm saying. I'm ahead of my time of what was acceptance.
Okay.
So the fact that I lived in the ghetto, I listened to rock music, and I hated rap, and I'm a rapper now, kind of doesn't really work, right? But nobody was doing that. My uncle was. My uncle introduced me to rock, and he was this dark chocolate man, 6'7", and he was acceptance to that. He taught me to be okay. It's okay to like rock music. It's okay if you like Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's okay to do this. And really, he's a big dude. Nobody would ever mess with this guy. Acceptance. They didn't think so. They wanted to fall in line like everybody else did. Think about that, So these people here, all these people here, are accepting themselves at a really young age. You see all these young kids here? It's fucking amazing, dude. Like, I grew up where you probably killed yourself from bullying.
Yeah.
Like,
you had to like hide it.
that's sad. It's really sad to people if you think about this. I come from the era of like skateboarding for black people was rarity. Surfing, I taught myself how to surf at a young age. Like I've had really good experiences in life to where I wasn't stuck in a fucking 3-block radius because of what color I chose to live in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of kids hated me for that because I didn't have to follow the lines. So
And do you have music out there on the?
I very much so. So if you guys go look on Going Overdose TV on YouTube, you'll see all of our videos and all of our contents from all of our guys. If you guys go on any iTunes, Spotify, all that stuff, Going Overdose, or you look up D Grinds, DGRINZ, you'll find us. You can Google me. We are your guys' first tri-state area hip-hop artists that have legit done it the right way and gave back to our community. I'm the only person that's never took a picture and gave food out and all that kind of stuff. I don't post up giving back to the community. So that's the main goal.
Thank
Just
you.
give it back.
Thank you, Leah.
Cool.
Yeah. So
And will you
Thank
come?
you,
Will you come to our
Leah.
podcast again?
I very much
We
so.
usually record right up the street here.
That's awesome. Yeah, and like I said, my shop is right here on First Street, where the white building is, where the A building
we
is.
can always sit up
So,
there.
and I have 2 recording studio rooms in there, and I have 1 podcast room in there. So if you guys ever want to come set up for a day, we can definitely do something with all my boys, and we'll come show out for you guys.
That'd be fun.
Yeah,
let's
we'll
do
invite you
that.
guys, and we'll invite you guys into our video cast so that way, and we can help you guys out with that. So,
Oh, cool.
And we'll definitely
Yeah.
We'll definitely check your music out.
Yeah, definitely. You know, like I said, you know, it's hip hop, it's rap, it's all that in there. We're here for something totally different, though. We're not here for me to broadcast my music. We're not here for me to give you guys something about me. We're here for the community and being acceptance in here.
It was the message you gave us earlier.
No, very much so, and that's what I don't want to drift from. You know, I was kind of giving you guys a backstory, but that's what we're here for, and it's really cool that you guys are here doing this too, though. You know, just like me walking around here, it takes a lot for me to be this rapper. Anybody can use this against me, but at the end of the day, man, I'm a bully out here. So, I mean, you can try to use this against me after you listen to this podcast, but I guarantee you I'm going to show out and show my tail.
Right.
Thank you guys.
All
Thank you
right,
guys.
Thank you. Thank you for coming on and talking to us.
You guys got the numbers and everything too, okay?
Yes.
Definitely, man.
Danny's my name. Nice
Thank
to meet
you. Good to meet you.
All right. And up next, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
And your name?
Devin?
Devin? Where you from?
Kingman.
Kingman? Okay.
All
Yeah.
right.
And can you stand up again? Can you stand up for a second?
We've been
Yeah.
talking
It's about
everyone's
fashion.
fashion.
Fashion, yeah.
So
Sounds
Devin
gay.
is wearing a shirt that says "Sounds gay." I'm in.
All right,
We
cool.
love it. We love it.
I got this shirt in Vegas actually, just for this event.
All right.
Thought I might as well.
All right. So what brings you out today?
I never really have gone to one of these events, so I thought I'd come out and actually check one out for once. I was in a full set of makeup, but finally wiped it off and allowed my skin to breathe for a second.
You have really beautiful skin, by the way. Like
Thank
you
you.
can't even see any of your pores. Amazing skin.
Yeah. How old are you?
I am 18.
Okay.
I kind of grew up in this town for the last 17 years of my life. We moved here when I was 1, so this is all I've ever really known.
So what's been your experience in a place like this?
By experience, what do you mean necessarily?
Were you openly gay, or did you have to kind of keep it under wraps?
So, growing up, I kind of knew there was something different about me, you know. I like things other guys didn't like, and so I was like, okay, that's a little weird. So, I did hide who I was until about 8th grade year. The first person I came out to was my mom, which mothers always know, kind of deal happened. And then I came out to my dad, funny story, came out to him over text. That was fun. But for the longest time I kind of hid who I was, because I was scared of being judged. I didn't want to be hated, you know.
And how did that affect you mentally?
I have suffered with bipolar depression since I was in 5th grade, all the way up until now. I got diagnosed with it in 8th grade. It was just more of the fact that I wasn't able to be who I was. I wasn't able to be me. I had to hide who I was. I had to act like I was someone else and hide myself behind this person that wasn't me. And so it kind of caused me to go into this really depressed state. And I suffer from like really bad anxiety and stuff now. So I'm terrified of what people think of me.
Still? Or
Is it easier now?
Is it better since you've grown up a bit?
It is. It's a lot easier for me now that I've grown up because now noticing it now, like I can understand where the younger version of me was coming from with like hiding themselves and trying to wait. But I'm kind of mad at myself for waiting for so long because there's a lot of amazing things that I could have learned when I was younger, you know, that I didn't learn until I was older and didn't get to understand until I was older. Growing up, I grew up in a fully Christian household.
Okay.
My mom was the only parent I wasn't worried about telling But my dad was raised very old-fashioned, like, so in his eyes, being gay was not. It was disgusting. It was no.
Is he okay with it now, or?
Over the last few years, my dad's kind of grown used to it.
Okay.
This Christmas, actually, he bought me my first makeup brush kit, which was kind of new and awesome.
That's nice.
And he was the one that influenced me to come today.
Oh,
Really
good.
good.
Did your dad come with you today, or?
No, I think he's camping.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of came lone wolf today.
Okay.
Figured go and walk around and see what's here, you know?
And, you know, if you're anything like we are, that seeing like the support of the community with all these people, it's really cool. Because I know sometimes it can seem like this can be a really dark place.
Yeah, I was kind of emotional when I first got here. It seemed how wonderful the community was here, you know, and how everyone came together today to be able to enjoy each other's company and to celebrate everything we've worked for these last couple of decades, you know, to be able to be where we are now. And I was talking to my friend about that and told him that I wish that the person that helped me figure out who I was and helped me come out was with me. But sadly, he went through a lot of bullying and stuff when he came out, which was one of the reasons I was so scared too. And he's no longer with us now. But he was a big part of it. And so seeing today, it's been an amazing thing to be able to participate in, an amazing event.
Yeah, and I think that if we as a community, we have more events like this, that it would have helped your friend. And it's going to help all these kids here today. And it's going to help you to realize that there is a support system out there and that you are cared about. You know, and you're not
Yeah, your friend would probably be really proud of you for coming today. And all by yourself. I mean, that takes a lot of courage right there to go to any event by yourself.
It was pretty cool because a lot of the people I've seen today, I realized, I think about it, I was like, I've walked past some of these people in the store and wearing a full face of makeup, wondering, what does this person think about me? What are they thinking? And it's not easy. There's those days where you just run into those people that are not the nicest, not the least. But I think one thing that is not seen by a lot of the older generation is the fact that the support system for something like being gay or the LGBT community in general has grown incredibly in the last couple of years and has come to be something amazing to be a part of. And one thing that I realized is you should never be ashamed of who you are because you're afraid of what someone else is going to think of you.
Right.
Exactly.
True.
And it does take, you know, I'm gonna give you mad props for you being able to sit down and give us your story like that.
Yeah,
You know,
we really
because
appreciate it.
That's, you know, not always easy to do is have conversations because you don't know how people are going to accept it. But I think the tide's turning where it is going to be more acceptable, and the people that do give you a dirty look, they're going to go away.
They're going to be the outnumbered ones. They're going to be the ones who are made to look like they're being wrong.
Yeah, and that's one thing that I feel like I've realized in the last few years is there's a lot more of a support group for the community than you'd think. You know, you're growing up, a lot of us, our parents instilled the thought of you're going to get bullied, this is going to happen to you, this is going to, you know, and they make it seem like it's really bad and really terrifying to be able to be who you are. But after doing it and after living that life for a little while, being able to be me again and be able to be who I am, I've noticed that it's not always how they paint it to be, you know? Because coming out, I was like, I don't know what to expect. I came out in my freshman year of high school fully as gay. I came out 8th grade as bi. And since I've come out and became who I really am, it's amazing how big the support community is and how amazing and shocking people could be. I really think that we've entered a new era and a new generation where being who you are isn't something you should be afraid of being, and is something that I hope the younger generations realize and are able to do.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. I could not even have said it better than you said it. That was amazing. It's like I can't even add anything to that.
Yeah, but so thank you for stopping by and talking to us for a little while.
Yes,
and
thank you.
we're here all weekend. Any more thoughts? Come on back over and we can do this. Music's getting a little loud.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I need to change out my batteries here. So thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
You guys have a wonderful
Thank you.
evening.
It was so nice to meet you.
You too, guys.
Emotional.
I know, how cute. He's so adorable. Too.
Okay, on that one, this will wrap up episode 2. Mohave Pride.